Alright, so we finally evolved Arc right here. She has a really nice damage and placement, 4,000. We can kind of round it up to 5,000 in a sense. So today we'll be showcasing two units from the new update, Hibana and Arc. I do have them both max leveled. I do have mid traits on them, so it's kind of sad. But Arc is at 5,000 on placement. That is pretty good. With Monarch, that is a good 25,000. So, alright, let's get some yen in. Let's place Hibana down real quick. She has a cone AoE. 3,000 on placement isn't bad. So we can kind of see her effects real quick. She does spawn a tree, so we can just replace her. Alright, so the tree looks kind of okay, I guess. Her passive on placement spawns a tree behind her. This tree has a range equals to 20% of this unit's range, so okay. Any burn applied on this range of the tree is reapplied. Okay, cool. So the tree will burn back if there's burn happening in its range. Okay, cool. Dex applies 30% of this unit's damage over 8 seconds. When burning enemies enter the tree's range, they are applied with Scorch for 60 seconds. Scorched enemy takes 20% more damage from fire allies. So in a sense, this is kind of like a fire buffer, that's it honestly. So her first attack is kind of basic. It's just that. Cool. This is a flower blizzard, nothing too special. The last one we have is Fire Flower Illusion. So he kinda just attacks normally, I guess. Cool. I mean, it isn't something special. I like her tree, I guess. So 20% of 40 is like what? 8 range? So in a sense, you want her to place maybe like right around here, I guess. You place your Hibana right here, and maybe like your Choin. If you're lucky enough, the tree will spawn like right here, I guess. 8 range isn't that much. You can kind of see it from here, I guess. The next we're going to showcase is Arc. Now she's a bit special because she has a shit ton of passive. So on bleeding, enemy entry or takedown gains 1 bloodthirst stack. Cool. On hit gains 1 bloodthirst, okay. On hit reapplies that by applying bleed for 30% for 6 seconds. So cool, 30% bleed is pretty good honestly. So she kinda just throws a piece of cube at them. That is nice. We'll get ground slam. Nice little combo. 12,000 damage already. Let's go on upgrade 6, which will get aerial combo. Okay, so there's no VFX. There's no sound effects. So cool. On upgrade 8, we'll get Melty Blood. That is nice. Lastly, we'll get Type Earth. By the way, we do have 24,000 damage, isn't bad. And we gain a shit ton of stuff. So let's read them out. During Type Earth form, so this is the form I guess, with 30% of this unit's damage stat as health. Cool. 100% more damage, 20% more range, spawns all previously killed enemies as summoned with 30% of this unit's damage stat as health. Use Marvel Phantasm ability to select one of the below elements. Gains water element on hit, applies slow, gains nature, reapplies repulse. On hit, we got burn as well. I'm pretty sure this fella can burn and bleed, which is pretty nice. So let's just use Type Earth real quick. Okay, so you need 400 stacks. You transform. Okay, that's interesting. So let's skip wave then. Alright, so we do have 400 here and it's a bit laggy because I kind of just spam too much, but nonetheless it still works. So let's get Type Earth in. This is her. Okay, she gains twice the amount of damage. Ignore the Monarch'ed because I did get Kingsbird though. So I'm just gonna do a mini nuke real quick to get rid of and we can choose, let's say I want nature because it replaces. Cannot swap to the same element. Alright, so she can swap around, and each second it removes 2 bloodthirsts. But you get more bloodthirst by attacking, so it kind of balances out, and it's a pretty good unit honestly speaking. Because with Monarch she goes crazy, so let me just place it down with Monarch real quick. I do want to say she gets different attacks by changing to different element as well, so that's really nice. We can also have Hibana here as well with Monarch, if you guys really want to know her damage, which isn't really that good. Alright, so we do have 400 right here. Let's use type Earth. She gets 100. Wow, this is a lot of damage. This is really good. She's really good because you get the bloodthirst while you're losing it, so it's really good. Right now I do have water. We can change it to fire. This is her fire attack. Really nice, cool, and she's good because you can use her in like tourneys as well, especially if you do get Monarch. Alright, so she's a really good unit to have. Also, I did forget to mention, she also summons, so that's really good. 30%, even though the health isn't really that good for the damage, 30% of this damage is the health, that isn't that good, but it's still pretty good for early. I won't say it's good for early, but maybe like mid game, where if you're leaking, because like look, 58,000 damage isn't bad. Right, so for small maps like maybe the new map, the Shining Act, that's pretty good. So I do like and subscribe. Tell me if this update is W or not. I am gonna grind and get Kaguya, but that's not gonna happen really easily. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video, I guess. Goodbye.